Well, in what's deemed his first interview since the shock announcement of his abdication, Drew is joining us. I suppose it is just commonly now Drew, and not your worshipful or your lordship or your highness or whatever terms you would have probably expected me to introduce you as. But seriously, Drew, you've done a reality TV show from this. You've done a lot of PR, and now you decided that you've had enough. Why?
Well, the true story behind this is I was contacted by a gentleman. I guess we're going about four and a half weeks ago, and he expressed some concerns regarding investment in the Isle of Man and some confusion. The show was Suddenly Royal was. Shown all around the world and dubbed into different languages. And I think there, at least one case that I was being made aware of, there was a confusion as to what my official role and duties actually were there. And the concern was, in all seriousness, that it could jeopardize, the business dealings that they were looking to engage in. So
they found out about you through Google, no doubt, and other things like that. That you were this. What was the title exactly? You give yourself?
It was the King of Mann, of course, but yes, yeah, His Royal Highness Prince Drew, King of Mann.
Okay, so they thought you
got to make it official.
Well, I mean, you have laid claim to it, obviously, but they thought they had to deal with you, or they didn't like dealing with you. I mean, what can you tell us?
Well, from what I understand, the confusion surfaced that of this person, this entity that they were doing business with. I don't want to give away too much because I don't want to jeopardize things any more than they may have already been.
Jeopardizing it for what? The Isle of Man, or for yourself, or both?
For the Isle of Man. I mean, I have nothing to gain by any of this. This was, I'm not completely comfortable with giving all the details of this, but because I was asked not to. But the people that were involved with this from this foreign country, the person wanted to meet the king in the process of talking about doing business, and I believe, if I understand things correctly, they thought that this person was joking and kind of took it that way, and they were offended by it. And so that is a big misunderstanding, and that's what prompted me being contacted about this whole thing. And I think out of pure frustration for the folks involved. And, once they got down to the, understanding how this all came about, and how the confusion started. Okay. So this has only happened once that I'm aware of.
Right, but
so,
was it Isle of Man government pressure? Can you tell us that?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I would imagine at some, stage along the way, if somebody's, there's an infusion and monies and that sort of thing that's involved, the government does get involved.
Asked to step down, were you, because they didn't want to muddy the waters?
Right. So what was specifically asked of me is that I make it very clear that I have no official role. The government doesn't recognize me, and that I am, that's it. That I was doing this for the purposes of a TV show is what was asked.
There'll be some people out there kind of skeptical about the whole thing, because obviously you got fabulous publicity out of the whole event. You made a TV show. Is this just another part of it? I mean, I'm just playing devil's advocate here.
I suppose, but I guess, if it is, let me restate that. I can understand how people might think that, but this is like shutting the door on the whole thing. So I mean, there's not really anything else. You don't come back and say, "Oh, I think I'm going to be the king again." Is that all right? Is everybody okay with that? I don't think that works. I mean, I didn't ask for permission the first time, obviously, but I don't, yeah. I mean, this was, meant to. The way I did it was in such a way that I knew it would get a little bit of coverage, and that it would be pretty clear that I'm not looking to have any involvement in any official capacity. I mean, and Paul, let's face it. The thing is like, I'm not. I wasn't raised properly, to be the king. I didn't. I didn't have a nanny. My mother raised me. I don't have royal guards or chauffeurs, so. Just on those things alone, I don't qualify for the position, So I had to pay my way through school, and I didn't go to Eton.
And
so
what's life now like? You describe yourself as a blue-collar worker, don't you?
yeah, I mean that's true. I mean, I came from the trades. I'm college educated, but I went into I had my own businesses for a while, but I went into automotive retail for a while, and now I work for in the public sector. For a government agency, doing essentially the same things, doing general service. I manage a crew, maintenance crew, so it's not exactly like kingly stuff. So
How surreal was the whole thing though? Because I mean, TLC, I think you were on the record saying probably let you down. The producer or the head of didn't like it particularly. You were looking at second series. I mean.
Yeah, it was. Well, it was. Now that it's done and we've had some time to look back on it, I think it ended the way that I think we feel comfortable with things. Having some time and distance in between it, it went the way that it should have. I told my wife, I said, if we were too successful, Pam, my beautiful wife Pam, I said that if we were too successful at most we might get 5 years out of this, and then I'm in my early 50s trying to get a job, and I've been out of work doing TV things. So when you think about it that far off, and that's not a long time, but when you think about it and think about your prospects afterwards, I don't think the Isle of Man was gonna, set me up. So I never had that expectation.
But you've had contacts from another foreign power, I hear, that has watched your show and wants to take it on board and do their own version or something.
Yeah, well, so this the person that so this is a private conversation, so I'm not exactly sure how much of that information I can give.
Well, you put a bit on your social media.
I did put a little bit on my private Facebook page, but yeah, so I didn't give away too many of the details. But yeah, this person who is a sovereign head of state.
He binge watched your whole thing.
Yeah, binge watched Friday into I think Saturday. Saturday binge watched the whole show, all 7 episodes.
And they want to do their own sort of thing. They want you on board. Maybe.
Asked if I would be interested in like making like a little cameo or something like that. Yeah. So
it may not all be over yet for you, Drew. You never know.
Well, and what I told him is I would consider it, but I was kind of leaning towards not wanting to do that. I had my fun with that. I think the part that I think what's amazing is that here we have a small head of state of a small principality who was interested in getting my input and some ideas and asking about the show because they want to do something to kind of bolster their tourism. And as you might imagine, there's a little bit of irony with that it's coming from a different country altogether.
But that shows you that the proof that they see that as a potential for tourism. Did you ever get any thanks or any acknowledgement from the people in the Isle of Man that you were publicising our island?
Oh, I think people, yeah, I did. I have no bitterness or ill will, or oh, that's my cat. Say hi, Pepper.
I love
I
that.
have no, I have no. I understand. Why I wouldn't get any kind of thank you from anybody officially. And I don't know. It'd be rather presumptive for me to expect that anyway. So I'm okay with that. But given the relationship with Great Britain, I get the apprehension. When it's private one-on-one, it's one thing. That's but nothing official, and I wouldn't expect that
It's been
anyway.
seen in many territories, and I know that they're always keen to know. The Isle of Man, publicity-wise, they're always looking for those numbers. Who knows? We'll never know, I suppose, how many people came here from seeing your show. But there you go.
I would imagine one or two
Yeah, I think so.
probably visited the island.
I think so. Well, listen, we'll introduce your cat. Is it a Kimrick? Kimrick being a Manx cat, of course, the Americans call it a Kimrick. It's not, is it?
This is what we would call a Maine Coon, and he's barely a year old, and he's huge already. I think he's over 15
huge,
pounds.
What's his name?
Pepper.
Pepper. Well, Drew and Pepper, sir, thank you so much for joining us. Please do keep in touch, because I don't think the story's over yet.
Well, who knows, Paul? Maybe not. But hey, thanks for your time. It was good to talk to you again.
Did you ever knight me?
Hi, everybody.
I don't think you did.
What's that?
You never knighted me.
Oh, I'm sorry. And
Too late.
I missed the window. I missed the opportunity now. I'm
Life.
Sorry.
Thank you, Drew.
But maybe I'll put in a good word for you with this other guy.
Thank you.